and welcome to my channel. My name is Allie and I wanted to share with you a couple of things that I wish I knew prior to going into college. All of the things that I'm going to share with you today were either my thoughts or thoughts that I've gotten from others. These other people are either classmates, colleagues at work, or they're industry professionals. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into the video because I don't want to make the intro too long. The number one thing that I cannot stress enough is get experience and get experience early. This experience can come from internships or co-ops, maybe even volunteer opportunities that your university has, research, anything. To a company, what that's going to look like is that you are proactive and you're interested in what you're doing. A lot of companies, when you go to speak with them at career fairs, conferences, whatever it might be, they're going to look at your resume and see that you participated in XYZ internship, and they're going to ask you questions about that. So I would heavily advise that you have an internship experience, co-op experience, research experience, whatever it may be, as early as you possibly can. Because those experiences are going to so heavily outweigh your GPA. So if you're chilling with like a 2.9 GPA, don't worry. Quite frankly, most companies don't really care about your GPA. They really just care that you were able to secure the degree and have experience. On the topic of getting experience and getting your feet wet, this is the best way to figure out what you're really going to be passionate about in the industry. Prior to you spending all of that time studying mechanical, aeronautical, chemical, whatever it might be, get your feet wet. It has happened way too much where people spend 4, 5, 6, 7 years studying this degree, and when they actually get into the industry, they absolutely hate what they had studied or what they're working on. The third thing that I really want people to understand more is that a lot of companies hire outside of your major. We have skill sets that a lot of people don't have, and I'm not trying to be elitist when I say that. It's just the reality of it. You know, engineering, a lot of people think that it's super difficult and it's not for them. In reality, engineering isn't about being smart. What it's really about is having the willpower, the determination, and the self-discipline to really keep yourself going. So with that being said, a lot of companies look for engineering majors because they have that discipline. They're not going to give up. They're not going to just walk away from a task. They're going to see it through. You take advantage of career fairs and conferences so that you can develop your network and also use them as a practice. You'd be surprised how many people in your circle can really help promote you and get you into a better position. I really wish that I researched the classes that I was taking so I knew what to expect within the class and I knew how much work was expected from the class. My freshman year, I had a general advisor, not an engineering advisor, and they didn't know baloney about my degree. They told me to do every single one of my core classes. They said to do it my freshman year. So I did all of my core classes. So now that I'm a junior, it's literally science and math courses, and it sucks because I don't have that one buffer easy A course because I didn't research my courses and I listened to my advisor, which don't listen to your advisors. I listened to my advisor and I screwed myself over. Sit down, look at your calendar, and schedule me time once a week. My me time is on Sunday. As soon as I wake up, I go straight to the kitchen, I make myself breakfast and coffee, and I put away my phone and I break out my handy dandy bullet journal and I start noting down what I'm going to be doing with my week, what assignments I need to get done, what projects are coming up, what I need to do at work, all of these different things. I start noting them. Whether it's only 1 hour or 15 minutes, give yourself that time to decompress because life gets really stressful. And the biggest thing that you really need to have a good handle on is your mental health in college. Popcorn kernels do not pop at the same time. And by this I mean stop comparing yourself to the people around you. Just because you're not where they are does not mean that you are a failure. Just because someone else is somewhere doesn't mean that you need to be there too. We all have our different times for when things are going to happen to us. You know, there's no checklist that you have to meet at certain times. Life doesn't happen like that. Some of my friends have kids. Some of my friends are married. Some of my friends have passed away. Life works differently for everybody. You're doing great where you are. You watching this right now, you are exactly where you need to be, and stop comparing yourself to anybody else. Number 8 goes along with networking, and it's join technical and non-technical organizations at your university or in your community. Allowing yourself to get out and talk with others is a great way to de-stress, network, and have some fun. A lot of times, many engineers have the same kind of mindset. You kind of get tunnel vision and you forget that there's different mindsets out there. So it's really nice to be in other organizations. That way you can open open up your eyes and open up your ears to different things that you can learn. And then obviously when you join those technical organizations or the organizations that more fit with your degree, it's a great way to find out about upcoming conferences, upcoming events that you can attend and network, all of these different things. It allows you to develop that circle that is going to be specific with your industry and allow you to have a lot easier time transitioning into the professional world. Take advantage of office hours because your professor is getting paid with your money to be in the office. Ask the questions that you're too shy to ask in class, which, side note, don't be too shy to ask questions in class. Literally, anybody that judges you doesn't deserve to be in your life, so just ask the question. If anything, your professor will see that you are committed to the class and you really want to succeed. For me, in Calculus 1, I was supposed to get a B, but because I constantly went to office hours for my professor, he saw that I was putting in a lot of effort in the class, and he believed that just because I didn't do very well, I mean, I did well because I got a B, but just because I didn't meet the numerical A standards, he felt that the amount of time and effort I put into the class exceeded A standards, so he gave me a massive curve on my final exam so I would get an A in the course. Because I went to office hours. Even if you have a scholarship, apply for scholarships. If you don't have a scholarship, apply for scholarships. Apply for scholarships. Apply for scholarships. If you don't get anything except one thing from this video, apply for scholarships. Even if you don't meet 100% of the requirements, apply for the scholarship. Worst case scenario, they tell you no. Most universities have a scholarship hub. Check it out online. More than likely your university has it, and just apply for them. It is okay to leave organizations, jobs, friends, anything. It is okay to leave. You do not owe anybody anything except yourself. You owe yourself love. Love yourself enough to know when to walk away from certain things that are not a great use of your time. If you do not feel comfortable, if you do not feel welcomed, if you do not feel happy, just leave. And last but not least, withdrawing or failing out of a class is not as bad as it sounds. Most universities allow you to retake a class like 3 times. It's really not a big deal. I've withdrawn from classes. I've never failed a class because I always withdraw from the class early enough. However, had I not withdrawn from Calculus 2 or pre-calculus, I would have failed them. And do not let these failures derail you. I promise that in your class that you're sitting in, at least one person in that classroom with you has failed that class. Failing classes is a lot more common and it's expected. Do not beat yourself up if you fail a class. Seriously, it's not worth it. Just retake the course. A lot of universities won't even make you pay for the course a second time. Reflect on what happened in the course and decide what you can do better next semester when you retake the course. On that note, those are all the pieces of advice that I have gathered from others and from my little noggin. If there's anything that you feel is very beneficial to share or even slightly beneficial to share, please drop it in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck in college, my dudes. I guess if I could offer one more piece of advice, get a dog.